Good evening, everybody. It's Strongbow. It's a beautiful evening here in North Texas. I hope everything is well with everybody wherever you are. I shot video of at least a couple of these locks before, but never got around to uploading them, so I'll just shoot them again. These are some new eBay acquisitions I got in the last few weeks. All of them I have opened. This is an American Series 10. I don't think I've shot video on this, and I still need to take it apart on camera and gut it. This is a gorgeous American Series 560, solid brass. This is a hefty lock, and it's just beautiful. When I first got it, I thought it was an SFIC because it doesn't have that retainer plate, and it's got that figure 8 look to it that SFICs have, and I only got the one key. I have picked this one open, but then I figured out that because you can just take it out with a screw down the shackle hole like any other American lock, it's not an SFIC, so there's no control key, so there's no picking this one to control or anything like that. And the Reddit lockpicking belt rankings list this the same as an American 1100 as far as difficulty. This is a blue belt lock, I believe, and it was about the same level of difficulty to pick. And this guy is a Wilson Bohannan that I picked up. It's a model 620. On the back it's stamped USS Johnstown Works. This apparently came from the U.S. Steel Company, Johnstown Works foundry, as in it was used at the foundry, not made at the foundry. It's just a Wilson Bohannan 620. That foundry was apparently sold off by U.S. Steel to the Johnstown Works Company in 1984. So this lock is at least 30 years old. It may continue to have been in use for some time after that, but I doubt the Johnstown Works Company was buying new locks from Wilson Bohannan with the USS logo trademark on it. I'm sure any new locks they bought from Wilson Bohannan, they got stamped with their own logo. And this could be as much as 70 some years old, because U.S. Steel bought that foundry in something like 1948. So this could be any time in that time. I don't know how old the Model 620 is, but on eBay it seems to be a fairly popular model, so I doubt it's that old. This one I have picked open. Wasn't too difficult. The only thing is the shackle won't open. I can open it and turn the keyway about 30 to 45 degrees, but the shackle doesn't budge at all, not even the least little bit. So I think it's seized up. I have tried spraying it down with some WD-40 and whacking it, giving it several good whacks with a hammer, and still no luck. I haven't let it sit and soak in some WD-40 yet, but I do have hopefully some more Wilson Bohannans on the way. And you're about to hear a chime because an iMac that I'm in the middle of updating is just about to reboot. But I'll get videos on these pretty soon. I still haven't opened this Avis 7240. I have opened this one and then had a disaster when I turned it too far. Well, the core was out and a bunch of pins fell out, and now I can't open it again, and I haven't taken the time to fix it. This one I have spent a couple of weeks on, and I still can't pick this one open. I think the bitting on this one is a bit more severe than on that other one. There's the key to the other one. Keys. The bitting doesn't look all that much more challenging. But, so this one's still outstanding. But what this video tonight is really going to be about is this big old chunk of eBay that I just received. I gotta say, the seller on this one was really good. I won the auction. The auction on this one closed at like 3:45 p.m. my time, Central Time, and he had it in the mail, or she had this thing in the mail the same day. Now they're in Washington, so it was only 1:45 in the afternoon when it closed, but I got a notification from the post office that a package addressed to my home address was in their custody, like, before the end of the business day. And even then, the post office said this wasn't going to get here until Monday, and it got here today. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm very happy with this eBay seller. So, trying not to slice my finger here as I cut this thing open. I believe this is, I don't remember exactly what this auction was. I believe it's a bunch of Wilson Bohannans, which were, more of these 620s, and I think it's a couple of 621s, but I'm not entirely sure. I've got another auction that's closing in a few more hours. I'm currently the high bidder, but I'm not confident that I will win that auction because it's already hit my max, and I'm not willing to go any higher on it. And I think that's for a bunch of Corbins. So, yep, they did a good job wrapping all these up. Yeah, these are all brass. I'm pretty sure these are the Wilson Bohannans. So, yep, there we go. This says EAPS Co. of NI. The auction said these were from the Public Service Company of Illinois, but I think they transposed a couple of letters, and because this says of NI, not IN or IL. That's another 620, and I can feel the shackle moving on that, so that should open. Oh, and the seller on this one did say no keys. I thought this one had keys too, but I don't recall. Boy, this painter's tape is being a pain in the butt. Okay, this looks like from the weathering a little bit older. It's also a 620. Shackle moves. And this one says EA Public Service Company. Just Public Service Company. Okay, this doesn't have a state or anything like that listed. So those two are the same model. One looks a little more weathered than the other. I was able to find the end of the tape on that one. Okay, another 620, also EA PS Co. Ooh, yep, shackle moves. It's a little rough, but it moves. So prior to now, I've been pretty heavy on American locks. This was my first Wilson Bohannan, and I was pleased that I could open it, or that I could seemingly open it, but not so pleased that I couldn't get the shackle open to prove it. This one shipped with the shackle already open. This is also a 620. I don't know if this is an older one or a newer one. I noticed in the picture, well, let me get this other one open before I go over that. One of these, so I guess it must be this one, should be a 621. I don't know what the difference is between a 620 and a 621, since these are my first WBs. Okay, this is a 620. Okay, they're all 620s. Also says EAPS Co. And the one with the open shackle says EPS Co. of NI. So I'm not sure what NI is. It's not New Hampshire. That would be NH. I have to look up what PS, Public Service Company of NI, is. Like I said, the auction's at Illinois, but I think they might be mistaken. I'm not going to lock that one yet. I could have sworn one of these was supposed to be a 621, but they all say 620 on them. But I notice that the logos differ slightly, and the positioning of the model number and how deeply they're stamped differ. So I'm guessing these are from different vintages. Like these 4. The logo is really stamped in. It's textured in the negative space. The model number is above the logo, and the shoulder is rounded. These 3 are long shackles. I say that as if you can see that on the camera, and I'm setting them off camera. Those 3 are long shackles, and this is a... Wait a minute. That's not from this one. This is the first one I showed you. And then these 2, hard to see on the one on the left, also long shackles, but the logo is stamped differently. No negative space texturing, and the 620 is beneath the logo, and the shoulders are squared off. I'm guessing, just guessing, that this is an older style, and then WB switched to this. Actually, I would guess this is actually the older style, because that's got to require more machining and more elaborate stamping and so on. And as these things tend to go, I would almost guess that these are the newer ones, because this has got to be less expensive to manufacture, because there's less stamping involved, less machining of the corners. That's just my guess. I could be completely wrong on that. Now these 2 also appear to have something stamped in the top, and I can't make that one out at all. And this one, there's something written in, there's an oval with something written in it. Sorry, I'm leaning really in close to the camera so I can see this. I don't know if the camera is seeing this at all. Marion, Ohio, which is, I believe, where Wilson Bohannan is based. And I can't quite read out what it says across the top of the oval. The Wilson Bohannan. The Wilson Bohannan, I would guess I would say company, but I'm not actually seeing company there. Marion, Ohio. Okay, so that's just where they're from. And these with the, of a different vintage with the rounded shoulders and different logo, do not have anything across the top. Anyway, that's all I'm going to do today. This is already a 13-minute video, and nobody watches my videos past the first 2 minutes anyway. Later.